Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great week. I have some exciting news. I have signed onto a lab, so I have picked my lab that I will be doing my research in for the rest of my time here at school. So at my school, everybody's in a lab, master's or doctoral students, and that has to be decided by December 1st, which is right around the corner. So everybody's kind of scrambling to make that decision right now, and I have finished making my decision. I will be in the NICU lab, which is the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit lab, where they do a lot of research around premature infants and outcomes and how those children are affected by their prematurity and all sorts of great stuff. So it's really exciting. But I met my mentor, I got my forms signed, I turned them in, so at this point I'm in that lab, and that's really exciting. Now, the way that our school kind of had the lab process work is that we didn't have to choose a lab until technically December 1st, and that's more when we turn in our form. So doctoral students have a really large say in what lab they end up in. So I met with the lady who runs the NICU a couple times. I talked to all the other students, and I really tried to get a good understanding if this is where I wanted to go, and then they determined if they thought that we were a good fit, and then we signed the form. And from what I understand, that's binding, and I'll be in that lab. Now, for master's students, it's a little different in that they pick their top three, and they'll turn in their top three on December 1st, and then from what I understand, and I'm not a master's student, so I hope I get this right, but they get one of their top three, and they don't have as much say, and especially since there's a lot more master's students and doctoral students, there's a little bit more competition for slots sometimes. But they put their top three, and then hopefully they get into the top one that they want. And if not, then they go to their second or their third choice. So that's kind of how the process works. It's really exciting. Our school has quite a few labs. Really early on, we received this booklet here, which kind of just tells us what each lab is about. And just goes into detail, like what projects are in the lab, what the lab is about, that sort of thing. It was really actually nice to read, to kind of get a brief overview. And then during lunchtime throughout the semester, every single one of the professors that has a lab has had some what we call brown bag lunch, where basically you just bring your lunch and they talk about their lab and you see if it's something that you're interested in or not. And that's been really, really cool, because sometimes I went to ones and I had no idea that I'd even be a little bit interested, and I ended up leaving like, oh, that sounds like really something that I could be interested in. And then there were other times where I went in thinking, wow, this sounds awesome, and then it was like, not so much. But in all reality, I've pretty much wanted to do the NICU lab since I came to this school. Actually, technically before I came to this school, so I'm really excited that I got in. I don't know how the process goes at other schools. This is just how it goes at my school. So if it's different at your school, let me know. I would love to hear how other schools do it. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.